My name is Ryan Duick from IPM Occupational Therapy, www.ipmot.ca, and I'm just going to go through some basic office stretches. These are meant to counteract the postures that you might experience while you're working at your computer. So we'll go through each one and demonstrate them. A couple of safety things to note before we get started. If it hurts a lot, don't do it. And make sure you consult a healthcare practitioner for your safety before participating in any conditioning, strengthening, or exercise program. The first one I want to do isn't a stretch, it's just a reach upward. So when you're sitting at the computer, oftentimes we sit slouch. So we're sitting in a forward flexed position. Our spine is in what's called forward flexion. And when we slouch like that, the disc material starts to migrate towards the back, putting you at risk for a back injury. And what this stretch or activity does, it just allows the disc material to redistribute. So hold it up there for 30 seconds, and after every prolonged period of time that you're sitting for, when you take your micro break, hopefully it's around 30 minutes, I want you just to reach upward. The next one is a neck and shoulder stretch. When we work at the computer, quite often we're tense, or maybe we're at a workstation that's a little bit too high, and we end up elevating our shoulders. You've heard the term carry our stress in our neck and shoulders. That is something that can happen, and we want to make sure we're relaxing the shoulders when we do this stretch and targeting the muscles that are most at risk. So in this one, I'm going to have you tilt your head down and angle it towards your left armpit. And then you're going to reach up with your left arm and just put a slight pressure and you should feel a stretch around your right side. And then you'll do the same with the right side. Now we're going to move down to the chest area. So again, when we sit at a computer, we hunch forward, and we want to counteract that by opening up this chest area. So you're going to put your hands behind your head, a slight chin tuck, and just hold it there. This can also be done in a doorway or in a corner of a room. The next set of exercises are for the forearm and wrist. These are meant to stretch the forearm muscles to prevent tendinitis in the elbow forearm area. So you've heard the term tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, also known as epicondylitis. These next set of stretches are meant to treat that and prevent it. They're all done in a 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 9 o'clock position. So we'll start with the right arm. So you put your right arm out in front, and you're just going to bend your wrist down to what they call the 6 o'clock position, just like a clock. And you put a little bit of pressure on there. Then you'll turn your wrist to what they call the 9 o'clock position, like this. And then finally the 3 o'clock position. And with the 3 o'clock position, some people find it easier just to bring their hand down and put a nice stretch on there. And remember, we're holding these for about 10 to 20 seconds. So we already stretched the extensor side, now we're going to stretch the flexor side. So again, 6 o'clock position. And then we're going to turn to the 3 o'clock position. And then finally, the 9 o'clock position. And remember to do that with the right and left exercises. The next set of exercises are hand dexterity exercises. These aren't meant to be stretches, but more mobility exercises to move the hand, glide the tendons, because they've been sitting in a static posture for a long period of time, or they've been doing the same thing over and over. For example, you might be typing for a long period of time, you might be gripping the mouse for a long period of time, and these are meant to get the fingers and hands moving through the full range of motion. So the first one is just a duck bill. You just open and close your hand. The next one is a hook fist. So much like you're hanging off of a cliff, you're just going to make a little hook with your fist. And again, it's not a hard stretch, it's just a mobility exercise. And again, you can do these for 10 repetitions. The next one is a one-hand clap. So hands straight, and you're just going to bend at these joints here, trying to keep your joints at the end straight. I'm just going to move them up and down. These are excellent for someone who's experiencing carpal tunnel syndrome or hand arthritis. And then finally, it's a fingertip touch. So you're just going to touch each finger. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can contact Ryan Duick at ipmot.ca or visit ipmot.ca for more information.